Hey, let's walk into our SMT area. What is SMT? SMT is surface mount technology, and that's where the parts are putting on the surface of the board. So as we saw earlier, the parts are mounted on the board, and this is the area where we make this happen. So we have a lot of equipment here that helps us put that, and a lot of it is machinery. And again, I want to stress that I'm not wearing any ESD clothing and also grounded, and a lot of our operators are grounded, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to stay away from the area. So first off, the whole surface mount process begins with the stenciling process. So here you see an operator setting the board up to get it screen printed. So a screen print is similar to a shirt getting screen print. Instead of ink, we're actually putting on a fine solder paste that eventually that boards goes through what we call 3D solder paste inspection. So this machine actually inspects all the pads to make sure that the ink or the paste is sitting on each of the pad. If you don't have the paste on the board, then you'll have insufficient solder, and that will not make a connection when the solder gets melted in like a reflow oven. So again, the next part of the line that we have here is the machine actually going to place the parts onto the board. And let's walk over to this other area where we actually have a machine running so you can see that happening. So I'm walking around. You can see the feeders here. This is where a lot of the components are mounted into these feeders. They're like a thread into a spool of the sewing machine. So again, these parts then get moved onto the machine over here. And you can see the inspection happening right now that we mentioned earlier. Now you can see the machine placing the parts. So we have 4 machines here. Each machine can do about 80,000 components per hour, and basically each head has about 6 to 12 nozzles that goes and pick the parts at a very fast pace and mounts it on the board at a very accurate position. So we divided the work into 4 different machines, and then again make everything happen. So the parts gets placed. As you see, this is a medical device that we're currently building now. So you can see the board is coming out. So we have one of the SMT operator actually inspect the board to make sure that all the parts are placed properly before it goes into this reflow oven. So this reflow oven, as you look on the screen, has a profile that we set up for each type of board that we build here. So, and then we have a 15-zone oven that has 12-zone heating and 3-zone cooling. So again, as you can see this process, this is how we make it all happen. So the reflow oven is similar to a pizza oven. Instead of making pizza, we're actually making circuit boards. So it melts the fine solder paste into a fine solder. So as the boards come out of the machine here, you can see it goes into a cooling chamber because it's really hot right now. So we want to cool it slowly to temperature before we handle it, because again, that can cause warpage or issue with the solder joint. So then we take that and go into the 3D optical inspection. So instead of having people actually inspecting it, this machine actually goes through all the component and makes sure that the parts are placed properly and that the solder joint is perfectly acceptable to make it work here. So anyway, this is a quick overview of one of our 3 surface mount that we have here. We have 2 more surface mount in the other building that does quick turn prototyping. So I hope you enjoyed the time we spent here today.